So I'm going to sow into one of these containers here. This is a takeaway container, and obviously you can wash one out that you've got, and you can buy these new as well if you prefer. I then, just like in my spicy salad video, drilled some little holes just using the drill bit, pushing through. You can use a nail or anything that works, and that gives you your holes for your drainage. So if you're going to have it on a kitchen windowsill or something like that, you're going to want to put a dish underneath it, or water it in the sink, let the excess water drain away, and then pop it up. Now I'm going to use a good quality peat-free compost that I've made really nice and wet. Coriander likes being sown into wet compost. I've made a little marker mark just there, which is 1.5 centimeters down from the top, and that's where I'm going to fill the compost to. What I'm actually going to do is fill the compost just slightly above that and then compress down. So it's going to be about right. Take a little piece of timber there, or a tool just to compress down. Not too heavy, but this is quite a spongy compost, so I can be quite firm with this. And then if I look there, yeah, that's perfect, because that mark is just on the compost line there. I'm now going to sow my seed. Here's my coriander seed. Oh, it's quite a lot there. And I'm just going to scatter that reasonably evenly. You don't have to worry about putting it into special rows or anything like that. And you perhaps, in something like this, where you're essentially just keep cutting leaves away as you need them, you make it fairly dense. I would say that's looking about right. So I'll take the rest of that back into the pack there. The odd ones I'll just pop back in there. Right, so here's another one I made earlier. So I'm just going to then pop compost back on till it's up to the top level here. There we go. And then just gently firm back down again, just to make sure that the seeds are in contact with the compost. At this stage then, I like to fold these edges back over so that when I water it, if I do water it with a little can or something like that, it's gonna stop the seeds and compost from washing out of the tray. But you can just leave it folded over if you prefer and just not fill up the tray so much. Okay, if I'm worried about any bits, I can just press down again, and that's it done. All I need to do then is, I like to just mist it, but you don't need to do this if you're using wet compost. It's just because I've been handling the compost, I like to give it a good mist. And then I have my label, which has the date and the name on it, and I'll pop that into, again, a tray of water, let it soak up the water, and just when you're watering this, maintaining it, what you want to think is the top third of the compost is allowed to dry out just before you water it again. I would say probably when they're very young, it doesn't matter too much if you over water it slightly, but don't let it sit in water. And that's it essentially. One quick thing I would mention is that you can't transplant these. So normally when the seedling comes up, you then get something, you tease out the plant and you then plant it somewhere else. It doesn't work with coriander. But the reason why I like planting in these is it does give you a small chance where you can cut the corners away and then just gently slide the whole compost and plant mix out into the pot that you want it to be in, or into a bed. However, coriander is so fussy that it probably won't even like that, but that's your opportunity. So nice smoky spicy coriander, and if you haven't seen my spicy salad video, I recommend you watch that. If you live in the Seaford area, I will sell or swap these. I don't want to swap them for tomatoes though, please. I've got hundreds, but I am open to swap it for certain things that I need, or I will sell this to you for a very reasonable price.